Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. So we're about halfway between Nelson and Castlegar, and we're going to be heading north on Highway 6. Now this area here is where the Kootenai River and the Slocan River meet, and I was calling it Paymore Junction, but there's a bunch of names on the map. I don't really know if that's what it's called, but we're just gonna go up here a little ways. I found this little subdivision kind of area that I thought was pretty neat. I was gonna edit it out, but I was trying to find a back road that goes to. It was on my map that went to a place called Slocan Park. It avoids the highway here, so it crosses over the river, and it went. Anyway, it doesn't exist anymore. I guess it's maybe an old road or something that's still on my GPS and my maps. But anyway, so I ended up down this area that I didn't know anything about, and thought it was kind of interesting. And the houses and properties in there, it really surprised me. It's not what you'd expect to find, away from a larger center. Like I say, we're about halfway between Nelson and Castlegar. So it's not like there's a really big town here, but these are all fairly large houses that are, big properties and shops, and look fairly, fairly well kept and stuff. It's just really surprising. But anyway, there's a nice little spot in here, nice little area. And this is, I see reference on my map to Crescent Valley. So this is where we're going to turn here. We're going to cross the Slocan River. And I've found out some interesting stuff about this area too, which I'll mention here in a minute. We're just going to go to the right here. So the road I was looking for, it looked like it kind of basically followed along this road and kept fairly close to the river. But find this little subdivision here, kind of in the center. You can see the river on the right there in the picture. So we're just going to go down all these little roads here, trying to find that way through that doesn't. I don't think it exists anymore, but it might be like a logging road now somewhere off somebody's property. Kind of a last minute thing. I just was looking through some digital maps and that, and on my GPS, and it showed this, and I thought, I've never gone that way before. So this road's called Crestova Lower Road, and if you carry on further than we're going to go on it, if you carry on going around, it goes to a place called Crestova, and I don't think it's a town. I think it's just like a kind of an area. I don't know, maybe somebody can correct me. I've never actually been up there, but there's a kind of a community there, I guess. But what it is a Doukhobor settlement from quite a ways back, maybe 100 years ago or so, maybe the 1930s, something like that. And I guess specifically the Sons of Freedom, which not to be confused with the band from Vancouver in the 80s called Sons of Freedom, but it's kind of a radical sect of the Doukhobors that anyway experienced some kind of tough times in the 50s, and that were almost kind of what the native bands and stuff had to deal with residential schools. They came through in the 50s and took all the kids in the middle of the night and put them in some boarding school situation up in New Denver, which we'll be going through in a couple videos from now. But anyway, I didn't really even know about it. I knew about some of the history of the Sons of Freedom, but the protests were pretty famous, and They did a bunch of, I think, arsons and, yeah, a bunch of sabotage and stuff like that. And they kind of were, yeah, in the news quite a bit. I just remember reading about them years ago. But anyway, I'll put a link to a video that's it was on the Canadian news about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago about them, and give you kind of a little bit of an idea what the kids went through and stuff. But anyway, so I don't know if this area here is part of that Doukhobor community or not, but see, this is where I turn around. If you carry on like maybe just a couple more minutes up that road, that's where that Crestova place is, and then it loops back around and comes out to where we crossed that bridge. So it's like you can do a loop there. So anyway, we're just going to go back now, and we're going to go down some of these side roads through here. But it's like a super nice area. You know, usually there's somebody that's you know, got a big collection of garbage and vehicles and random stuff, but you don't see that in any of these places around here. It's usually somebody who, yeah, anyway, this area has been around a long time, so anyway, it kind of surprises me. But nice little spot in here. But like I say, I don't know, maybe it's all part of that community. And these houses are, like I say, they're quite big and just seem really out of place. So what I'm looking for a road that's headed this way. So that's why I go down a bunch of these. I turned around on that other one because it was clear that it was going to be going the other direction, but and this one just dead ends there. So try the next one down. That seemed a little bit more traffic on it. Had like a proper sign on it. I think it was Poplar Ridge Road. Had a big sign. Going the other way you could see it. Can't see it going this way, but going up the hill you can see this big sign there. But like I say, I don't know anything about this area. I've never been down this road before, but kind of like to, yeah, I'm not going to really edit a lot of my stuff out, my videos anymore, because I just I want to remember the trips, and I want to kind of be able to look back at this this time frame if I come through here again, see how different it looks. I'll be able to compare them. And there's a lot of other people out there like me that just like exploring different spots and seeing something they haven't seen before. So I guess that's who this video is made for. People like me. I know there's a few of us. I have to say, my mom got quite upset because I didn't use my, didn't do a voiceover on the last video, so decided to try something different for the new year. So this is where this one ends, and we'll probably end the video here. Just thought I'd just do this short little one. And we'll pick it up on the highway and head up to some more communities further up Slocan River. But thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.